Whew. Morning, guys. Hope y'all doing well. Y'all had a book come in yesterday, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Um, y'all, when you're on the path, when you're on this path and treading through, doing shadow work, working it, God has a way of revealing things to you. He'll show you signs, synchronicities, while you're on your journey, letting you know you're on the right path. He does it with numbers, all kind of stuff. I mean, really just all kind of things. And it's important to pay attention. It's God's way of helping. And so I wanted to share some of this book with you. Now, if you've kept up with my story, you have an idea what it might be about. It's a different kind of book. It's a kid's book. And I found out about this book through a fellow truth teller. I watch a bunch of them on YouTube, and they shared it. And so I looked into it. It's called Don't Make Me Go Back, Mommy, by Doris, Sanford. And I'm really not going to go into like a whole lot of it, maybe just flip through some pages, but it's a book about satanic ritual abuse, y'all. Illustrated in the form of, a kid's book. And y'all, when I got it and I read through it, it was hard. And I'm not gonna, like I said, go too much into it, but it just, I'll say that it is accurate. But going back to the things I said, how God will show you signs, right, that you're on the right track. I'm from the Northwest, okay? In my story, a lot of the stuff that happened to me up in the Northwest. Washington, Oregon, Idaho. And my folks were ministers in the church who traveled around. They were the kind of the ministers that they didn't just stay at one church. They went around. They worked for the association, the Baptist Association. And I get this book. Now this isn't the first copy I've got of this one. I lost my first copy. This was the second one. But I get this book and I flip through the pages and they awaken some things in me. And as I get to the end, I get to the last page. And you know how like library books, they'll put a stamp on the back of it showing where it's from? Well, guys, what are the odds and the chances out of all the places that, I bought this book, that the book came from, because I bought it used, it came from a church library. And out of all the church libraries it could have came from, it came from a church library up in Eugene, Oregon. I'm not going to name the church by name. But I saw that. Eugene was close to where we were going. I've been in Eugene. I look up the church. And when I look it up, I recognize the church. I'd been there. Out of all the books I could have got, right? All the copies I could have got of that book, I end up getting a copy that's from one of the very churches that I would go to as a kid. It was the same church that was in that building. It's a different church now, right? Different name, same building. But that book came from the very library of a church that I was in. And I ended up buying that copy 20 years later. Actually, 30 years later. God's funny like that. And he'll show you things. Book's called Don't Make Me Go Back, Mommy. It's kind of expensive for a kid's book. It's not in print anymore, I don't think. It's kind of hard to get. If if you're anybody who's looking into the topic of SRA, this ritual abuse, it might help. If you're a counselor and you got a kid or somebody you're talking to that's you think might have experienced that, maybe go through it with them and see what kind of results you get, some reaction. If you're an investigator, maybe you've got a witness or a victim that you're working with, but maybe kind of struggling to get past some memory blocks. That book could help. Don't Make Me Go Back, Mommy, by Doris Sanford. Anyway, you have a good morning.